state lines to chase federal law violators. But there were few federal laws back then. Today, of course, that's all changed. KUSI's Steve Bosch has more.
The FBI didn't come into its own until J. Edgar Hoover took over in 1924. In FBI parlance, the 20s and 30s were the lawless years, the era of gangsters and prohibition.
That was the era, of course, of a lot of people. Pretty Boy Floyd and Babyface Nelson and John Dillinger, Alvin Karpis, all the famous names.
But it wasn't until 1935 that agents were permitted to carry firearms.
And that really was a result of a death associated with the Kansas City Massacre and 2 agents being killed in Barrington, Illinois, at the hands of gangsters.
From then on, Hoover began to greatly expand and professionalize his agents. He created a scientific evidence lab and made the FBI the premier law enforcement organization in the country. It got involved in espionage cases during World War II, went after spies in the 50s and 60s, mob bosses and public corruption in the 70s, and white-collar crime. Adapt and change. That's what the FBI does best.
The FBI's probably changed more in the past 7 years than it has in the past 93 combined.
The San Diego office has long had a close working relationship with other law enforcement agencies in the county, and that's what Mayor Jerry Sanders wanted to talk about.
I thought that that's the way it was in every jurisdiction in the country. Until you go to Philadelphia, or you go to Los Angeles, or you go to New York, and you find that the teams don't work as closely together.
This celebration had the usual displays: the hazmat team, the SWAT team, the evidence lab, and the growing number of agents working on cyber crime. But the highlight of the afternoon was 12-year-old Sam Shapiro.
I was born into an FBI family. My parents met on an FBI surveillance unit.
Sam had won a written essay contest, and he was reading his essay to the gathering.
If it weren't for the FBI, I wouldn't be here today.
I'm Steve Bosch, KUSI News.
And incidentally, the 10 most wanted list was begun in 1950. Today, the focus of the FBI is high technology, cybercrime, counterintelligence, and the prevention of terrorist attacks.
San Diego